longer do these anymore. It's like, I love the business model. I think they're fantastic, but it does not work for me. And it seems to work for other people, but like I said, I like the business model. And because of my past history, she was not a big fan of doing these at all. See?
I never really tried one myself, but by hearing his experience, I said, I don't think so. That's not going to be that's not going to be us.
Yeah. So we were at church, and a friend of ours, Jason and Kelsey, they had recently mentioned to us that they were looking at becoming part of a company that has a relationship marketing business model to it. So immediately my mind goes into red flag mode, and I tell Kelsey, I say, hey, don't, be careful with this. Be very careful. And if you want to hear any tips on what not to do, ask me, because I've obviously done everything I shouldn't do. Well, a little bit of time goes by, and we see that they did become part of a company. Well, at the same time, we had a traumatic situation happen in our life, and Kelsey and Jason messaged us and said, hey, you want to go to lunch with us because we want to spend some time with you and minister to you. So we met up with them at lunch. That was Sunday?
That was on a Saturday.
Saturday. So when we met up with them, we didn't want to talk about our own life. We wanted to hear about their new venture, their new business. So they started telling us about it. What did you think about it?
Actually, I am sorry. It wasn't quite that way, but it's close enough to the story. I didn't want to talk about anything at all. Didn't really want to go because I was not feeling good, but we knew it was needed for us to get out of the house. We got there and we started eating, and my husband enjoys to talk. And so he asked them, what are you guys doing? What have you been up to? And they both looked at each other, Kelsey and Jason. They said they were at a party or something. And then my husband asked and said, I've been seeing your post on Facebook. Can you tell us more about what you're doing? And then Jason and Kelsey looked at each other and said, well, I remember that Kelsey said, they asked.
They had made an agreement before lunch that they said they would not bring it up because that was just something that they had a very high integrity about and didn't want this to be everything they talked about, which was very nice.
So she told us about it, and she said a lot of good things and a lot of information, and Jason was too. So we went home, and you can see that my husband was dying to talk about it. He was desperate to hear more. He was hungry for this, and all I wanted to do was go home and take a nap. That's what I wanted to do. So
when she slept, I researched.
Yeah,
we agreed that we would go to a presentation and listen to it. Give it a fair listening to.
And so we got invited to go to one of the
market parties
on a Tuesday. So there were still a couple of days to go. To me, I was okay. I said, okay, the day is going to get there. So I wasn't excited jumping up and down. All I wanted to do is sleep. And my husband was trying to bring up the topic and try to talk about it. And I was like, let's wait until Tuesday. We'll see what happened, and then we'll go from there.
Well, we finally end up going to the market party. We listened.
Sorry.
And to be very honest with you, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. It was different than any other business I had ever been a part of. This company was very smart in how they set everything up. Go ahead.
Something that really did it for me was the before and after pictures of Kelsey.
Yes.
Kelsey, before and after pictures, and
that was way before we even went to the market party.
And hearing their success they had with this.
their story, and we heard their testimony of how they became part of this business and their success, it was something that we knew was a very wise decision and would be really great. So, and I'm only going to tell you this part because I think it was very funny. We leave the market party, and I'm ready to talk about it, and I'm ready to talk about making a decision. And my wife didn't even bring it up. And the one thing she asked me to do is not pressure her. So I was trying extremely hard against everything that was inside of me to not bring it up and to not put pressure upon her. So we're driving all the way home, and she has not brought it up once. It was as if we had never even gone. And we finally start walking up the stairs to our place, and I say, "Are you just waiting for me to bring this up, or what?" She said, "No, I'm not ready to talk about it yet. We'll talk about it later tonight." And I literally said, "This is very cruel," because I was so excited.
I was not trying to torture him at all. I was just marinating everything that we heard, everything that we have talked about it, and I wanted for us to pray and just have some time.
So that night later, finally, she brings it up. And I was very, very, it was a really, what went through my head when she started talking about it was very wow. Because it was just, the one thing she said is, "I need you to learn from your mistakes and don't repeat them. I need you to use the system. Use the support team that we have. Don't do everything on your own." Which, as I was hearing her, meant, don't do the same stuff that you did last time, you know? What positiveness will be gained if you simply redo everything you've done in the past? That's the definition of insanity. So we contacted Jason and Kelsey back again, asked to meet with them one more time to ask a few final questions. We met with them on a Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. And we asked them a few more questions. My wife and I both felt at peace with it, and we became part of the Nerium family. And it's been a lot of fun ever since.
And one of our whys is, thinking about it, I started with one why. I have a few more whys now. One of our first whys.
And our why is why we're doing this, our motivation behind it, our inspiration behind it.
It's a family. We really know that there are a lot of needs in our families, and we love to help as much as we can, as much as possible. We know that God provides, and He always honors a given heart. So, our desire is for Nerium to be also a tool to provide, so we can give. And it's for families, and something that I was thinking a while ago is that I would love for my mom to have her own place. I would love for my mom to have a really nice backyard so she could keep her chickens. And maybe a cow to make some milk.
But in synopsis, it's to help family. And may I add mine now?
Yes.
It is very challenging in the corporate world to be able to take time off for vacation, especially when unexpected sickness happens, or whatever happens, you have to take PTO, or you just don't have any more PTO to have. And also, whenever you want to go on vacation, it costs money. Well, it's not easy to save up a lot of money. So I want to be able to take my wife on a honeymoon every year, if not multiple honeymoons every year. And a huge desire that my wife has is she wants to go back and visit her family that's over there in El Salvador. So I would like to have the financial freedom and the time freedom to be able to take her back home at least once a year to see her family. So those are our big whys. Now, what our successes in Nerium so far? We started at the beginning of April, and thus far,
Today is May 26th.
Today is May 26th. first 30 days, we did what's called fast track qualifying, and so we earned a bonus that way. And we also were blessed, and we were able to make directors, which is two title promotions from the first title, and we were able to qualify for our iPad, our free iPad.
Yay.
Which is fantastic. So
Which we got.
Yes, which we're thrilled about. So we were able to do this in a very little time, and I have to say we have a fantastic support team. They literally become like family to us, and we hang out with them all the time, and they're like-minded people. They're like us. We have the same beliefs, we have the same faith, and we have the same forward motion happening. So that's really great.
One more thing. What we have seen by using the product. My neck, I didn't even know at first that I had some spots, some discoloration. The before and after pictures work great because took the before picture, so when you really study, you can tell that you have a lot of areas because you see yourself every single day. You don't notice it. The after pictures show a big difference. Also, right here. So smooth, and oh my gosh, I look so much younger. And I know that moving forward, we're going to look like 10 years younger.
For me, the benefits, now we have some friends whose benefits were very fast. I mean, they were very fast. For us, our benefits took a little longer.
To see them.
My immediate benefits were the same as hers: discoloration in my forehead, which I didn't know I had. We spend a lot of time in the sun throughout life, and we get kissed by the sun, so to speak, and it can cause some damage. So when I started using the night cream, I started noticing that, in fact, I think she was the first to notice it, was that I had discoloration in my forehead that was going away. 47 days later, after starting the night cream, we both realized, like for me, my wrinkles right here, they're going away. I mean, they're way less bold than they used to be. They've just fainted a lot. The top wrinkle is almost gone. And then for her changes have been really interesting.
I've been using it right here also. I have really redness on both of my sides here. And also my skin the texture was not as smooth as it could be. Now it feels really soft, and the discoloration, the redness is almost all gone. And I started using it in other areas too. I'm using it in my hands, and my husband is using it on his elbow. So we're trying to see what other areas can be benefited by it.
Yes. Now, one of the nice things about Nerium is there's a program called Nerium Gives Back. So for every customer and brand partner you bring on, you get a free bottle of night cream. So we are looking forward to receiving several free bottles, actually.
We're already waiting.
And this program is intended so that you don't have to buy more product for your inventory, because your bottles are the same thing as your employees. So the more employees you have out in the field, the more your business is spreading.
So if you ask us, how is this journey going? It's going really interesting, amazing, and it's something that we are looking forward to see what the future brings.
We're enjoying it, we're blessed by it, and we just keep seeking God for His will as far as the forward progress. And like I said, like she said, we're enjoying it. So, anything else you want to add? Thanks so much for hearing our story. And if you are interested in hearing more about Nerium, please give us a holler.